Whenever I tell people my children are home educated, the first question I get is, but what do you do about socialisation? There's this huge myth that home educated kids are somehow isolated or hidden and don't have any friends. Today, I want to tell you the truth about social life and home education based on my experience and what it actually looks like for families like mine. Hi, I'm Emma and welcome back to my channel, The Wildflower Path. This week is not back to school week here on the channel, a whole series where we dive into different aspects of home education. Today is day 2 and we're tackling one of the biggest questions people ask me, which is what about socialisation? If you're new here, I'm an Outschool teacher and a content creator for Outschool as well. I home educate my 3 children. I run a podcast all about dental parenting, and I also create digital products and resources to support families who want to live and learn a little differently. So if you're looking for tips, encouragement, practical advice, and the truth about what life looks like outside the classroom, you're in the right place. The stereotype is that home educated children are shy, lonely, kept at home all day with no one to talk to, and weird. I understand where this comes from. School is the most familiar place for making friends, so if a child isn't there, people worry they will miss out. But the reality of home education looks very different. Socialisation isn't something that happens inside a classroom. That's not what you're there for. How many times were we told as kids, you're not here to socialise? As someone with ADHD, I was told this daily, multiple times a day, in every single lesson. Every single teacher that I've ever had said to me, Emma, we're not here to socialise. So it annoys me because that's something that people who are just perpetuating the myth that home educated kids don't socialise, well, in that case, school kids don't either. For home ed kids, it's part of everyday life though. They talk with their siblings, they talk to neighbours, shopkeepers, librarians, family friends, people at the park. They learn how to interact with toddlers to teenagers and adults of all ages, not just a room of 30 children born in the same 12 months. And honestly, that kind of mixed age socialising looks a lot more like the real world. Think about every job you've ever had. Was everyone who worked in that environment the same age as you? No, they were not. And this is something that I find my home educating mum friends, most of them are not the same age as me. In fact, I think I would struggle to find any that were born in the same year. I was born in 1990. None of my home ed mum friends, actually, with the exception of one friend in real life who I did go to school with, every other of my friends is either older than me or younger than me. They are not the same age as me. That's real life. That's real life. That's what happens. How many of your friends are the same age as you? Not even my husband is the same age as me. But then there are also all of the clubs and the groups. We've got scouts, guides, musical theatre, sailing, music, dance, swimming, coding, art groups, forest school, wayfinders. On top of all of that, home ed communities often organise regular meetups, trips, park days, workshops, beach days. Ask most home educating families and they'll tell you their week is full of social opportunities. In fact, sometimes you have to say no to keep the calendar from overflowing. That is my experience. We joke with Charles that I'm his social calendar manager and that he should start paying me because I have to organise social time with him for him so often because people are literally begging me, can I have a play date with Charles? Can I have a play date with Charles? Can I play date with Charles? And the same with Bessie's friends and Albert's friends. We're getting to the point with Albert's friends. Like, people are asking me all the time and I'm having to say, can I fit you in 6 weeks' time? Because we're so busy with things that are socialising and education. Like, as well of all of the clubs and stuff we do where there's other kids and they are there to socialise. Like, it's exhausting. In my own family, my children have built friendships through their activities. They have friends their own age, but some of those kids wouldn't have been in the same year group as them. They also have friends who are a couple of years older and also friends who are quite a few years younger. One of my children is naturally more reserved and the other 2 are slightly more outgoing, but all of them have found settings where they feel comfortable and confident to make friends. And that's the beauty of home education. Social life adapts to the child and not the other way around. All 3 of my children are autistic, which means socialising can look slightly different for them, but with home education, it means that it's on their terms. And if they are having a day where they are peopled out and they do not want to be around anyone else anymore, then they don't have to be. They can say, you know, they still get their education, but they can say, you know what, I've done my stuff today, I want to go and chill out by myself. Or then the children who don't really get peopled out, I can say, you know, okay, so my other two aren't going to come to this thing, but I'm going to drop my older one off because he wants to come and do this, because Charles is the biggest extrovert. Apart from me, he's the biggest extrovert in the house. And yeah, like Charles is always up for going to things. And there was something recently, he had 2 play dates in one day. And one of them, Mum said to me, are you sure he's going to be okay with that? And I was like, yeah, no, he's an extrovert. He's going to be fine. Like, and Charles was just, he came home and he was buzzing, just so happy. That's home ed. Like, the other two did not want to. They went to the play date in the morning. They were not interested in the play date in the afternoon, and it was all fine. So, parents sometimes ask, but will they have enough friends? How do I find opportunities for them to socialise? I always say it's not about numbers, it's about quality. And I think that is something that we should all take on board. A few close, genuine friendships are worth far more than 30 casual acquaintances. And to be honest, how many kids were in your class when you were growing up that you just wish that you didn't have to spend all day with? I was actually speaking to a child who is about to go into secondary school recently, and she was saying to me that she cannot wait. She's going to a different secondary school than all of her class, and she can't wait because she couldn't stand any of them. So another worry is teamwork or conflict resolution, but those happen naturally in real life, whether it's a group project at Scouts or a disagreement on the football pitch if your kids are into that. And as for shyness, some children are shy in school and some are shy out of school. That's their personality. It's not a side effect of home education. So the truth is that home education does not mean that children miss out on socialisation. If anything, they often get a richer, more varied and more flexible social life that mimics real life much more than their school peers. So thank you so much for watching day 2 of Not Back to School Week. If this has helped bust a myth for you, please give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss day 3. This is going out on Wednesday afternoon, and this evening at 7 p.m. I will be on a webinar for Outschool answering all your home ed questions. We have had so many questions come in. So I think there might be still time to to sign up. The link is in the description. Please come along if you're free, and also you can sign up and not come, and then you can just watch it back later on. But I will be there with another home ed mum, Amy, and we're going to be talking about Outschool, but we're going to be talking about home education in general. So I've got a big long list of questions. This is how long. You can just see it. You can just about see it through there. That's how long all the questions are. We're going to be answering as many as we can, and yeah, I can't wait to share this with you. So don't forget that if you buy something from my PayHip shop this week, not one of the free things, you have to actually spend something, then you get added to my school paid community for free as a thank you. So there's also a discount code in the description. There's a code for Outschool on there. There's a discount code for my PayHip shop on there, which includes Wildflower Mornings, my new journaling and encouragement program. I'm really excited to share this with you. It goes live on the 1st of September, and we're going to be having weekly lives where we journal together, and I'm so excited to share all of these things with you. So I think I've got the other thing I've got in the works at the moment is the answer to the question, how do I start my own YouTube channel? There's a course, it's coming. I've had a few people say, I wish I could do a YouTube channel about home education or about whatever they want to do. I'm like, okay, I'm going to give you some tips. I'm going to sort it all out for you. So I gotta go because I've got to get ready for this webinar, and I've got to check on my dog. She's in season and she's being a little bit ridiculous. So I can hear her rustling around. I need to go check on her. So don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you very soon.